Good morning and welcome to the Peorian. I'm your host, Paul Gordon. One of the best parts about going through the process of picking our first The Peorian of the Year award winner was seeing how many people there are in the Peoria region who make a difference in the lives of others, either through their jobs or volunteer activities or both. These are people who have made it their goal to improve the quality of living in this region, either through economics, education, recreational pursuits, health, or preventing crime. Another amazing part of the process was realizing how many people not only make a difference for this whole region, but for the country, as their work is being recognized nationwide. Some are even being recognized globally for work that would benefit all of mankind. Viewers know that for the last few weeks we've been interviewing the 5 finalists for the Peorian of the Year, a new award to be presented in April, along with a $10,000 donation to a local not-for-profit organization chosen by the award winner. Today my guest is Dr. Jasti Rao, whose work as head of cancer research at the University of Illinois College of Medicine at Peoria is getting global recognition. We'll let you meet the man and talk more about what he's doing after these messages. Welcome back to the Peorian. With me today is Dr. Jasti Rao, head of the Cancer Research Center at the University of Illinois College of Medicine at Peoria. Welcome to our show, Dr. Rao.
Thank you.
What you're doing in cancer research, as we know, may one day benefit all of mankind if it helps improve the treatment of cancer or even eradicate the disease. But do you consider it just a job, or is it more than that to you?
I think it is more than that. It is not a job.
Can you expand on that a little bit?
Because the job is you come and work for the day. I don't think that way. I take in personally because I know a lot of people suffering cancer, and especially in my family members also suffered with cancer. So I take into it personally. It is not a job.
Is that what got you started in cancer research?
Yeah, that started later point of my career.
Okay. You told me in an earlier interview that you start your day at 3 a.m. every day. You work well into the evening.
That's right.
What drives you to put in the kind of hours that you do?
Because I want to be successful and I have to spend a lot of time. Most of the daytime I spend with my postdocs or faculty or administration, and then I don't have much time to do a lot of things I want to do. So only the time I have, if I get up 3 o'clock and have my coffee and nobody bothers, no TV and nothing, I start working up to 7. If there is a meeting 7 o'clock, I wind up everything 6 and get ready and go to 7. Otherwise, 3 to 7, that is a very spend time writing grants and then think ideas and put together and all kind of things. That is a very, very good time for me.
How many hours a day do you devote to actual research?
Actual research, I spend at least 15 hours to 16 hours total.
A day?
A day.
That's
including
amazing.
Weekends also, at least I spend more than 10 hours.
Do you come into the lab every single day of the week? Or?
Yeah, every day I go, and then weekends I go only an hour or 2 and see what's going on, and then I come back and start writing or reading things.
Dr. Rao, in the time that you have been doing cancer research, there have already been some pretty amazing breakthroughs, but we still haven't had that one big breakthrough. Do you ever feel like you're just beating your head against the wall?
No, that's not true. As you know, a lot of things have changed. It is not like 20 years back or 30 years back. All the technology was improved and the research methods are improved, and all the types of the things. Now we find out what genes are involved, what is not involved. So a lot of things changed. And then the survival rate also increased in each cancer patients.
So the advancements that we've seen in cancer research, cancer research, your own as well as others, do you feel that a major breakthrough is just around the corner? Is it going to happen soon?
It happens soon, but I'm not sure how long it takes.
Will it happen in our lifetime?
I'm sure, definitely. But as I told you earlier, we may not able to cure cancer, but definitely survival rate is going to be increased drastically.
What do you mean?
What you mean means because now the patients for especially glioblastoma, the survival rate is only 14 months. I'm thinking at least 5 to 10 years.
Okay. All right. The kind of recognition that you receive globally, not just locally or in the United States, and the kind of influence that you have in the world of cancer research, did you ever, when you started your career, was this something you'd hope for, or did you ever expect to see this kind of recognition?
That's true. I agree with that. And actually, my career started when I started MD Anderson Cancer Center research. After 3-4 years, my career is go on increasing, and my visibility throughout nationally and internationally well recognized. I actually am the only leading guy in relation to invasion. That is the most important step in cancer. So everybody knows working proteases and protease inhibitors. I am the guy in the front.
Wow. Do you travel a lot now still?
Yes, I travel a lot.
Like where? Where would you?
Previously, I travel European countries and other countries. Recently, as I told, I'm going mostly India, and I'm trying to get one of my bicystonic construct in toxicology and phase 1 clinical trials. One of the pharmaceutical companies is interested, so that's why I'm working with them. That's why now I'm traveling quite a bit to get that into a shape. And once we are done toxicology, we want to bring phase 1 in United States as well as in India.
Where is the leading research happening? In the United States, in India, where?
No, the research is leading is in US, there is no doubt. But
Okay.
this company providing the facilities and money, so that's why I won't do there.
Okay. And do you have any other connection with this company besides that? Have they worked with you before?
Oh, previously I am a board of directors before
Okay.
I start this. That's why I made this connection to do this also, because later they saw my results, they're interested, and then they initiated, and the university got the patent and they got the license from the university, and we are working towards that.
Okay. When we come back, we'll talk with Dr. Rao about why he came to Peoria and why he now considers himself a Peorian. Stay tuned. Welcome back. I'm with Dr. Jasti Rao, head of the Department of Cancer Biology and Pharmacology at the University of Illinois College of Medicine at Peoria. Dr. Rao, when you came to Peoria from Houston, Texas, where you had been teaching and doing cancer research, you told me in an earlier interview that you were at a stage in your life where you needed to make a move to be able to do the kind of research that you really wanted to do.
That's true.
You said that there were needs that had to be met. You were able to get your needs met here in Peoria?
Yeah, when I came here and Dr. Rager promised me he provides the startup package what I needed, and also he will provide me the space what I needed to do my research. At
that time, was a new cancer research center even talked about?
Yes, sir. They talk about that, and then as you know that September, that was failed later. So.
Did you expect it to take 10 years for that to get built?
Yeah, that's why, it took 10 years to build a small campus now. Previously, we are going to with the oncology group, so that group was started their own facility later. So that's why we initiated when the other building started, so it happened finally. I'm very happy.
When you came to Peoria, can you go through that a little bit? Dr. Rager heard you speak.
Yeah.
You were brought to Peoria
That's right.
for a speaking engagement. Then Dr. Rager talked to you briefly that time, but then recruited you. Is that correct?
Actually, my friend didn't. He moved from New Orleans to here.
Okay.
At that time, he was interviewed New Orleans to get me a job, and immediately he moved here. He is the one initiated this process.
Oh, okay.
So then I came here, and at that time there is no job or anything like that. And as I told you, I spent little time with Dr. Rager. And within a week or 2 weeks, they called me. So are you going to be interested here? I said, what happened suddenly? So we will explain when you visit this place. That time I'm going to India, and I back in June or July, I visited again. That whole day, Dr. Rager spent with me time. So I am very confident that time he is very much interested to recruit me.
Had you been to any other institutions to interview for jobs before that?
Oh, not that time, during that time.
Okay. So Peoria just seemed like a good fit.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
10 years ago, did you expect that you would still be here now?
I never thought I'm going to leave this place first place. Actually, after I joined 2 years, I struggled quite a bit. And then grants-wise, when I submitting to NIH, they're giving me a hard time. I moved from MD Anderson Top 1 Cancer Center to Peoria. And then at that time, Dr. Rager asked me, Dr. Rao, do you think you did a mistake? I said, no, I'm going to fix the problem. It is a problem, but I'm going to fix it. And I proved it within 3 years. I got 3 RO1s within 3 years.
Okay. And it's still Peoria, being in Peoria is still meeting your needs, still being what you want it to be.
That's right.
Okay. Before you came here, your work was mostly on cancer of the brain, isn't that correct?
That's right.
Now you and your team are researching many forms of cancer, is that correct?
That's right. We are working breast, prostate, and lung, and pancreatic, and other tumors.
Okay. How many researchers do you have now?
Right now I have only 15, and few of them left.
Why?
Also some funding and...
Okay. But you plan to stay in Peoria, correct?
Yes.
You consider yourself a Peorian now?
That's true.
Okay, well that's good. So what is there anything in the immediate future for the Cancer Research Center that we need to know about?
Yeah, I'm planning to recruit other faculty to develop, and then that's why we are going to big program projects. And I'm also trying to recruit some clinical faculty with connection with clinical departments. That's why we translate the basic research to the patient in the future. That's my plan.
Okay. And when you do recruit, is Peoria a hard sell? Because of its size? Or?
Yeah, it's the size there's a problem, and also we don't have a lot of departments here. Okay. It's only a small group. So that's why people think twice before they move here.
Okay. We're going to take a break now, and when we come back, we'll ask Dr. Rao about his choice to receive the $10,000 gift from the Peorian if he is chosen the Peorian of the Year. But first, here is Kevin Kaiser to tell us what's going on in the culinary and literary world.
Hey, welcome to my little world of literary and culinary goodness. First off this week, some culinary news is the third Kaiser Party of Four has been posted at thepeorian.com. Last month we visited Kelleher's in downtown Peoria for St. Practice Day, which is basically a dry run for St. Patrick's Day, which is right around the corner. So check it out along with our other Kaiser Party of Four restaurant previews at thepeorian.com. Now on to the literary world in a brand new segment called Books That Aren't Too Bookish. In other words, books that aren't, too literary, whether they be great novels or histories or biographies. In this edition, a book, something everyone knows well, The Vitruvian Man. Right? The Vitruvian Man. You know what I'm talking about. It's played a prominent role in the Da Vinci Code. It's been spoofed by The Simpsons. Appears on coffee mugs, t-shirts, posters, album covers, billboards, movies, logos, and spacecraft, for the love of God. It's even on coins in Europe. It's on legal tender. And you still don't know what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. The haggard guy doing naked jumping jacks. The book is called Da Vinci's Ghost by Toby Lester. And it's about this well-known image of a man inside a circle and a square, which was drawn, of course, by Leonardo da Vinci. But he didn't pull it out of thin air. The idea of a man inside a circle and a square was proposed by the Roman architect Vitruvius before it was given form by da Vinci and finally proven definitively by the Hollywood squares. Back in the day, the circle was related to all things divine, while the square related to all things worldly. To place a man inside those shapes was to imply that the human body was the world in miniature. In Da Vinci's mind, the proportion of the ideal human body would conform to the hidden geometry of the universe. The Vitruvian Man drawing helped Da Vinci and others broaden the scope of their art, and many great pieces of architecture have been designed based on the drawing. So go check out Da Vinci's Ghost by Toby Lester. And that's it for me this week. For those of you who tuned in for the advertisements, your time has come. Wink.
We're back talking with Dr. Jasti Rao, one of the world's leading cancer researchers. Dr. Rao, before we took break, I wanted to ask you, and I ran out of time, you grew up on a farm in India.
That's right.
An only child helping with the farm. How did that and other parts of your background prepare you for the work you do today?
I'm not the only child for my father. We have 2 sisters and 3 brothers, okay? But I'm the eldest, and then I have an elder sister. So that's why I helped my father. And the education up to the 10th grade or PUC you called 12th grade, I take it easy. And that time one of my teachers told me, it is not intelligent is good, but at the same time if you work hard, you have a goal and you have an ambition and you will make it. So that he inspired me that. So from that time onwards, I'm always first in the class. And also BSc, I got university first. Going from a small place, small college, but I got university first, around 60 colleges. So then I thought of going medical school, I told you. Somehow that didn't happen because of some reasons. And then I ended up with biochemistry, and then I did my PhD, and I came to this country in 1982.
Okay. Some of your research has been patented, and one in particular is being prepared for extensive testing now. Isn't that correct?
That's right.
You talked about it a little bit earlier. Can you tell us about that a little bit more? Yeah,
it is one is a receptor and one is a protease, a combination. Okay. We are trying to inhibit the levels of these proteases during the development of the cancer. Okay. So what happens is when we injected the cells, they form a small tumor. Then we injected these bicystonic constructs, IV or IP or directly through pump. So we'll monitor the animals every 7 days. And usually the control animals without treatment, they will die around 30 days. So we sacrifice at the same time some animals, treated animals, and see whether the tumor was shrunken. So we find almost we completely eliminated. Wow. We kept the rest of the animals another 4 to 5 months. These animals are fine. The tumor never regrow. And we do only 3 injections. It's not like a drug we continuously give every day.
Okay. So what is the next step?
The next step is recently we have a pre-IND FDA call 2 weeks ago. And they asked us to do more experiments and to go pre-IND. So we are preparing that, and once we got approved, then it will go toxicology. Once we finish that, we are going to prepare for phase 1 clinical trials.
How long would that take then?
I'm thinking 2 to 3 years.
For the clinical trials?
For the clinical trials.
How long before it gets to that stage, do you think?
No, that's what I'm telling you. To clinical trials, it will take 3 years.
I see. And then how long would the clinical trials last?
Oh, that based on how it goes for phase 1, then phase 2, phase 3, depending upon the money. At the time we are able to get the money or we'll go bigger company. It depends so many things. If we are successful phase 1 and phase 2, it definitely goes phase 3 and then definitely it will go as a drug to treat the patients.
There's no guarantee it'll even get to phase 1 yet, right?
I'm sure, I'm very confident we'll go phase 1 and phase 2 and all the way.
Okay. As you know, an important part of the Peorian of the Year Award is the $10,000 gift that the Peorian is going to give to a non-for-profit of the choice, the non-for-profit that is chosen by the winner of the Peorian of the Year Award. If you win the award, you've chosen the Children's Hospital of Illinois. Can you tell us why?
That's right, because now the Children's Hospital is growing quite a bit here, you know that.
Yes.
So, and also I work with 2 brain tumors of the, one is a neuroblastoma and a medulloblastoma. Those are child-related tumors. Okay. So that's why I thought it is good for the, I got NIH funding, I thought they deserved the Children's Hospital. That's why I decided to donate.
Are there other cancers that are mostly childhood cancers besides that?
Yeah, there are other cancers, but mainly I'm working these 2.
Okay. And Dr. Rao, should you win the award, what would it mean to you?
It's a good thing and a good achievement, I think. And also the children get benefit out of this. That's what I feel.
Okay. I hope you've enjoyed today's program and that we've helped you get to know Dr. Jasti Rao just a little bit better. We're relying on you, our viewers and readers, to choose the Peorian of the Year for 2012 from among our 5 outstanding finalists. To cast your vote for Dr. Rao or any of the other finalists, go to our website, thepeorian.com. You can find more in-depth profiles of all the finalists in the latest issue of the Peorian magazine, which can also be read in a flipbook format on our website. And remember that you can see this and other episodes of the Peorian on thepeorian.com, and tune in next week when we will interview another of the finalists for the Peorian of the Year. Have a good week.
Música